Gandhi because he a lot of people don't know him, but some do.
Yeah.
He did a bunch of, I forgot what the cause was for, but he made a bunch of marches and stuff without fighting. He said, I don't want to fight. He only said, I want to speak and work this out. And so he did a bunch of marches without any violence.
Awesome. Kenny, what's your group come up with?
Well, I would go to school. Some kids were jumping around and they locked a kid out of the classroom. And he got really mad and he started like, he almost broke the glass on the door.
He was so upset.
Yeah, but in that situation they could have talked to each other instead of.
It's hard when it gets escalated to that level, right? It's really hard. I mean, you guys probably know you've always been in a situation probably where you're so upset, right? And you just like, but you have to. I always count to 10. You take a deep breath, right? You maybe talk to a friend, like let's say Caroline and I are friends, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so upset. Can you please help me with this situation, right? You have to de-escalate or bring it down a notch. And it's always important to never use any violence, right? Kind of like Nick, what you said, Gandhi, he didn't want to. He said that we can solve the world problems by just trying to talk. Right? It also has to work on both sides, right? If someone's not willing to listen, it's a little tough. Okay, Reese, what is your group come?
So it's in our book series with fire. So someone challenged another character to the throne, which involves like a fight to the death.
Oh wow.
But instead, the queen said that that's not the Brainwing way. So we're gonna do a bunch of challenges. So each person picked a team, and they would do challenges, and the winner from all the battles would be
Perfect. So instead of having the fight to the death, they said, okay, we'll still do something, but it's going to be a challenge instead of us fighting. I love it. So offering a different alternative, that's awesome. A lot of you guys are reading that book, that series, right? You guys like that series. I've done that. Okay, Tyler, what did your group come up with?
We came up with, let's say people on the playground are having a fight.
Yes.
We came up with just going in and saying, how about you resolve your issue and say what your feelings are about what happened. And
Perfect.
And then you tell them, and then you compromise.
Awesome. So are you talking about like having kind of like a mediator, like someone else jumping into that situation?
Yeah.
So it's like you and Lily, like let's say I'm on the playground and you and Lily are having a little squabble, right? Then I would jump in and be like, hey guys, let's try to talk it out. Great. I love that. That's awesome.
Like say two people bump into each other and they're both not looking where they're going and they keep telling each other, it's your fault, no, it's your fault. Maybe you can like talk it out or
Kind of same thing like Tyler's
or
saying.
you can like separate for a minute and once if I would separate,
Great idea.
I would realize like, oh my god, why are we fighting?
Yes.
It's a little
Yes, right. Again, like de-escalating, like thinking like, is this really worth us fighting about? We just accidentally bumped into each other. Nick, can you focus please? Exactly. Good, good. I love that. Sometimes we have to look at the bigger picture, right? A lot of times what we do, what happens to us is
we think it's
minuscule,
so
but it's
big,
so
but then
big.
when we calm down we're like, oh my god,
Yes.
why was I that?
And not to devalue that it does feel big when it's happening, right?
Yeah.
But once you take a step back and look at it from the outside, it's like, wait, why are we fighting? Or yes, good. Alex, what's your group?
We got Martin Luther King and the bus boycott.
Nice.
Like they didn't hurt
Awesome.
anyone.
He made a huge statement by just sitting there, right? I love that. Great. We're gonna end on that one. That was an awesome, awesome. Hands down, guys. Thank you. I'm sorry I can't call everyone. That was a great one to end on, Alex. I love it. Okay. All right, guys. So next thing we're going to do is I'm going to put you guys in groups. You'll just use your pauses groups. Okay. You are going to use Kiddle, right? Our kid engine, search engine. That's safe. Okay. And you're going to construct a timeline. Okay. Now, I do want to give you one date that will be on everyone's timeline, okay? In California, we actually have a day that's dedicated to Cesar Chavez. Does anyone know when it is? It's on the same month and day every year. Eli?
I'm guessing it's in March.
It is in March.
Oh.
Yep, it is in March. And they call it a certain day. Let me tell you what it's called. It's called the Cesar Chavez Day of Service and Learning, and it's in March. Does anyone want to guess what date prior?
March 14th.
No, but good guess. Eli?
Is it March 23rd? A random guess is March 22nd.
24th, 6th,
20th.
Sure.
The first, 23rd.
7th.
10th.
19th.
Is it like the last? Is it last day of the month? Is it?
March 31st. Good. Okay. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so guys, on your timeline, I'm going to show you an example up here of how you're going to do your timeline. Okay? Who can explain to me how, before I do that, how a timeline works or what a timeline is? I know you've done that in other classes, but what's a timeline? June, you want to explain it?
It's like a sequence of events, like kind of like spread out.
Yeah, perfect. And it's the order of that they occur in, right? So for what would be probably the first thing you'd want to put on the timeline of a person? Addie?
When they're born.
When they were born, exactly. So, and I'll show you an example in a second, but just like June said, it's kind of a sequence of events, and you're going to want to have your paper this way, not this way, okay? Trevor, please stop doing that. I got you. Addie, can you sit correctly for me, honey? Thank you. So, you want to have your paper this way, okay? And just like June said, it's going to be a sequence of events. So you could have when he was born, and you might have when he moved. Remember from the video, he moved to his family moved. Moved to California, etc., 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 etc. Okay? This last one on the timeline, okay, our first and our last little ticks on our timelines for every group should be the same, okay? So you're gonna have when he was born, and then I'm gonna write down okay, it was dedicated to day of service and learning. Okay, so let me show you an example of a timeline. Jake, want to hit those lights for me, please? Okay, so this will be an example. You do definitely want to have images, drawings, okay? You can kind of use your artistic abilities for this. Okay. So this is just an example of a timeline. Okay. So you have a line across here, and like June said, this one just started in 1990. It just depends on what your subject is. But it goes chronological, which means it goes from as far back as into history all the way up till either current day or the whatever information you have is the most current. Okay? So as you can see, you can have, it's up to your group, but you can have some of the events going up and then some going down, up, down, up, down. You could do some on the top, you could do some on the bottom. What's most important is to have dates and facts, okay? And as I said, this first one is going to be when Cesar Chavez was born. And this, let me get through it, Eli, then we'll do questions, okay? And then this last one, I want all of our timelines to have March 31st when it was dedicated to, okay? Probably not right now, sweetie, okay? I need you to focus. Okay? But it's up to you as a group to pick how many events. Let me get through it, and then we'll do questions. How many events you want on your timeline? Okay. What artwork you want to draw? And remember, you're only using the Kiddle because it's safe for us to use as a search engine. Okay. Any questions now? Eli, you have a question still? Yes.
Yeah. Shouldn't we put is the March 31st when he dies?
It's the that's the day, honey, that happened when you do your research. That happened later that they dedicated to him. It's just a day on March 31st in California. We all celebrate and honor him.
But usually, would you put when he dies?
That's up to your group, honey. I want this as the last one because as you see, when you do your research, you'll notice this will be the last event. It'll make sense when you look at.
Is it because like he died and then they dedicated him?